Hey everybody, I'm Katallina, and today we're talking about episode 6 of Mission Yozakura Family. If you love gaming, like me, I would hazard a guess that this week's episode of Mission Yozakura Family was absolutely fantastic for you. The idea that Big Sis Shion actually completes missions by playing a video game, and the game having consequences in the real world, is a fun premise. I mean, imagine the consequences that could actually have. I mean, she's sitting there, she's using her controller or something. What happens if the power goes out? What happens if she needs to use the bathroom? What happens if somebody unhooks her gaming console? Like, that is a really scary thought. I mean, we literally see them playing the game and we see planes falling from the sky in the real world. So that was pretty crazy. And then we have the reality that Taiyo gets dragged along to become her player too, and he needs to do spiral level all-nighters with her in order to do this. And we see them go for several days because we see at the end the hint of that. At first it's just the first day, but I mean, we see that she keeps him afterward, which is pretty crazy. I love how the battle with the two of them against the actual invading force reflected several different types of games. Seeing the little video game styled chibi versions of Kyoichiro that looked like they were Goombas from Super Mario Brothers was hilarious, and seeing they didn't jump on their heads because I'm pretty sure that would have been a copyright violation of some form, but they booped them and they disappeared, and it was just absolutely hilarious and adorable. And the train boss, with the creepy deformed Kyoichiro with a grossly misshapen tongue, was a very nice homage to a Bowser or to a Koopaling, or even to the idea of Bowser's ship. You know how in like Mario 3 and stuff they had that? So that was pretty rad. The way that Shion was annoyed when Taiyo found ways to get through levels by using glitches or cheats or other methods was also really funny, because within gaming there's always this paradigm where people cannot decide whether they want to be purists and do things in a very specific and very ruled and controlled way, or whether they want to be able to do things with a more flux version of playing where there's more freedom, where there's more accessibility and stuff like that. And accessibility and easy versus hard modes are also a big thing in gaming, so seeing her get really pissed off because Taiyo found ways to get like invincible mode and stuff was definitely amusing. I think it really reflects, though, an aspect of Taiyo's character, and it shows us the reality that one of the things that makes Taiyo so unique is the fact that he sees things from perspectives that are different than what we would expect from the actual members of the Yozakura family, and that's actually one of his major strengths and something the show likes to highlight. It was also sweet to see Matsumi sitting there with them and chilling out and providing moral support, even if she wasn't actually holding a controller. I also find it kind of interesting that despite the fact that as far as we knew there was no direct physical danger to Taiyo or to Shion, that Matsumi still wasn't actually directly participating. She was more in proxy to them. So that's definitely something that I was a bit curious about. The other key thing that happened in this episode was the introduction of a spy stalker named Ayaka. She had seen Taiyo in an underground spy publication and has become obsessed with him. Ayaka has a history of finding and killing her, quote, love interests, and has decided that she would like to do this to Taiyo. A situation which obviously has Kyoichiro absolutely thrilled. It doesn't hurt that Taiyo actually has some kind of bounty on his head, and he doesn't seem to know that that was the reality or the case. And of course, Kyoichiro takes advantage of this whole situation, giving Ayaka a green light to go after him, provided that she promises she will not cause physical harm to Matsumi. And along with giving that green light, he actually also gives away security clearance into the Yozakura family's security information apparatus. So poor Shion's been working double, triple duty, trying to make sure that Taiyo's information is not given away, which is how we see this whole thing start. And there is poor Shion walking out like she is a zombie out of her room. Like, she looked like she was something from like some sort of zombie game. It was really funny. I'll admit that I'm a bit annoyed at Kyoichiro for not understanding or considering the harm to Matsumi that Taiyo's death would hypothetically bring. Although, as a spy and as their leader, I would presume that she's actually expected not to feel anything if somebody dies, and that she's probably been trained in psychological counseling so that she can handle that kind of situation if it happens. But still, we have to remember that despite all of this bullcrap, that Matsumi is a 16-year-old girl, so I mean, what the fuck do these people want from her? On the plus side, it also tests Taiyo's capability to protect himself and Matsumi. So I guess that from Kyoichiro's point of view, we would see it as a win-win. If Taiyo messes up, he's dead, and Kyoichiro never has to worry about him again. If Taiyo lives, he lives as an even more capable protector for Matsumi. It seems like an overall smart proposition from Kyoichiro's point of view. Overall, I really enjoyed this episode. The parts with Ayaka were really funny and showed us what kind of a whack job that somebody can wind up being if they are a spy who doesn't actually use their powers for good and for the benefit of other people. While the video game battle with Shion was stylistically cute and hilarious, and the various video game references and tropes that were tied into the episode had me laughing again and again and again. If you have not seen this yet, run, don't walk. It was wonderful and I definitely recommend it. So, did you guys see this episode? Did you enjoy it? Did you have a favorite part? I'd love to know, so feel free to drop a comment below and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!